There are so many things deemed as bad when it comes to dieting, right? But the cheat meal, that one takes the cake. I'm so sorry. But I need to share why, because I have fallen victim to it too. So let's get it. And don't forget to hit your boy up on the gram. First of all, what is a cheat meal? You basically go like 5 or 6 days where you're like eating clean. We'll come to that in another video, but eating clean. And then it hits like Saturday or Sunday and you got free reign. You can go wild. Some people even go as far as having a cheat day or cheat days. Man had a cheat week after a competition. People go, rah, I'm gonna do the Rock's cheat meal challenge. I'm gonna have the 10 pancakes and the something with the something. Now the science, or should I say the justification for binge eating, says it's to do with your leptin levels. You might have heard it before. Have you heard it before? Have you heard it? Put it, comment below. Have you heard this before? Leptin is a hormone that tells the brain that you have enough stored fat, which curbs your appetite, signals the body to burn calories normally, and can decrease when in long-term dieting. All right. In humans, leptin levels correlate with the body weight and body fat. Serum leptin levels are decreased in conditions of chronic starvation such as anorexia nervosa. So the theory is that when you're on your healthy eating plan, let's try and abolish the word diet. I might use it in a title every now and again. Whilst you're on your weight loss journey, it's saying that your leptin levels can drop, and the way to boost your metabolism is almost like a hack. So a cheat meal is meant to boost your metabolism, right? So your leptin levels on your weight loss journey decreases. And when it decreases, you're all out of whack. You're not burning fat efficiently. So what this cheat meal is meant to do is meant to boost your metabolism by getting your leptin levels back to normal. So they did a study on this. The first study, I think it was in like 1985 or 1984, somewhere around that time. It was around the time I was born. I was gonna say old, but boy. That study said that it only increases your metabolism by up to 10% for up to 24 hours. They then redid the study in the 2000s. It was 30% for up to 24 hours. But is the binge worth it when we look at that data? You're gonna boost your metabolism for up to 24 hours, but you've eaten an excess amount of calories. Doesn't really balance out, does it? And the fact is, I could justify eating anything backed by science. The problem started for me when I exited the whole competitive bodybuilding world. I find it hard to kind of like function as a human. Just back to just eating how regular people eat. Because it's so laser focused and driven, it's a all or nothing approach because it has to be. You're competing. Like you look at some Usain Bolt and these people, like they have to be regimented and strict. But that isn't something that as an everyday gym goer, you'd be like, I want to do that. But everyone seems to want to do it. You know what to do. Smash the ting, yeah? So then I found myself in this place of like quite an unhealthy relationship with food. I mean, the fact that it's called a cheat meal is pretty messed up anyway. And then the fact that so many fit pros talk about balance and throw in cheat meal within the same sentence is pretty wild. This doesn't mean that an increase in calories is a problem. It's about the language you use around it and the structure that we use around it. So what do we do? Because countless studies have talked about how it affects a lot of people psychologically, and it doesn't help that the studies are so mixed. But one thing that we do know is that when you are deep into a deficit, hormones do go out of whack, out of balance. So this increase in calories is to get you regulating properly. We don't want hormones out of balance because that has a big negative effect and could even stop your fat loss journey. Now I will say this, because I found it hard to kind of like structure this video because I don't want to leave groups out. If you're obese and you're trying to get back on track, you shouldn't be adding cheat meals, point blank. I'm gonna have some tips towards the end, but you shouldn't be adding cheat meals because the psychological impact of the cheat meal negates the benefits. You feel me? And when overweight and obese, the leptin resistance, So the communication between the brains isn't working to tell you to, like you're fine, you don't need to eat anymore. It will tell you to eat more. It will also then reduce your energy expenditure to keep you burning less calories. So cheat meals is the last thing you want to be doing. Either way, finding a sustainable method to stay on track is more beneficial here. The top tip: finding a way to incorporate trigger foods. When I say trigger foods, people go to in a certain emotional state. When you're upset, what do you go to? When you're stressed, what do you go to? When you're angry, what do you go to? A lot of people use food as a coping mechanism for these things. So what is the trigger food? The more you understand them, the more you have control over them. So we're not eliminating them, we're somehow finding a way to incorporate them within the meal plan, because it can be incorporated in the meal plan. It doesn't have to be broccoli and fish and a rice cake. Incorporate it in the plan. And then we have a calorie capped, macro capped reward meal. This is for nailing all of your meals for the week, nailing all of your training, and a reward, not a cheat. And for the other people that are a bit more advanced in this game, it might be a refuel meal. Just increase your calories a little bit, that if your leptin levels have dropped slightly, it might boost them. But the aim is to just have everything, hormones running efficiently. So for the first option, that celebratory meal is you take out one of your current meals and you replace it with a meal out. And you stay within those calorie/macro parameters, plus or minus 100 is most likely going to be plus, but that's fine. Now for the people deeper into their journey, you don't want to eradicate meals out with friends. You don't want to be that antisocial gym guy. So again, you have that swap, calorie and macro bound swap, plus or minus 100 calories. Then you have, occasionally, you will throw in a refuel day. And this is where you keep track of it. You might have an extra 500 calories. You'll be like, okay, so today I'm going to include 500 calories of healthy whole foods. So not just throwing crap in there, but like having more sweet potato, more steak, whatever it is. But nice whole foods, very nutritious foods to keep your levels up, keep your hormones running nicely. That's it. This whole game is about building a healthier lifestyle and a better quality of life, not creating a justification to maintain a shit lifestyle in the name of fitness. And side note, leptin levels only really drop when you're deep into a calorie deficit. That means you've gone,
I eat 2,000 calories a day normally to maintain. I'll just take 1,000 off.
And you're just deep, eating hardly anything for a long period of time. That is the point that you will start seeing leptin drops. If you're in that situation, that's what you've been doing, watch this video right here. But we can't always believe what we see and hear. Let the science do the talking, but also read between the lines of the science. Because everyone seems to be clout chasing out here. And even in some of these studies, they'll hide behind a very specific sample size, sample type, and tweak things a little bit to prove the point that they're trying to prove, to get that study and get their name in lights. I said what I said. I'll say it again. I'm out. Peace.
I have to remember to enunciate.